Welcome back to Hogwarts Legacy, Part 16. Last time, our next mission was to go to the map chamber and talk to Professor Fig. So we are heading there right now, and let's see what Professor Fig has for us in terms of intel and uncovering the secrets of ancient magic. Alright, let's head in and let's find out. There we go. We got Percival.
It would be wise not to underestimate this student.
All right, let's go
Their
talk to him.
aptitude for magic is beyond anything I've ever seen, and I've been teaching a long time.
It is a joy to have such a student.
It can be.
There you are.
I received your owl. I was able to speak with Lodgok, the goblin I mentioned before.
What did you learn?
He and Ranrock were close once, but they had a falling out.
You believe he can be trusted?
I believe he's trustworthy, yes. He seems sincere, and Serona Ryan trusts him.
Very well. Supposing he can be trusted, will he help us get to Ranrock?
I retrieved a stolen helm. He hopes to return to Ranrock in order to regain his confidence.
You have been busy. Let's hope your efforts result in our learning something about Ranrock's plans.
Lodgok did mention that Ranrock is searching for something, but he couldn't say what. Perhaps that helm will yield some answers.
Ranrock is searching for something. I feared as much. I've heard an unusual amount of activity, goblins and wizards, I surmise, when visiting my portrait at my castle.
Rookwood Castle?
My former residence, yes. That castle is also the location of your next trial.
You didn't see anything? Speak with anyone?
I did not. In fact, I did not make myself known. I only recently returned there and did not recognize nor trust anyone that I heard. I stayed out of sight so as not to tempt my portrait's destruction.
I'm sorry to tell you that Victor Rookwood, evidently your descendant, is a dark wizard in league with Ranrock.
My descendant? A dark wizard? I'm afraid we've no time to waste. Despite the obstacles that clearly await you, you must get to Rookwood Castle immediately. Not only is it the location of the next trial, it is home to a source of power that would be devastating in the wrong hands. I do wish we had the luxury of time. However, I do not doubt your abilities. Find my portrait there as soon as you can.
Very well, sir. I'm on my way.
Best of luck.
No time to waste. I'll meet you at Rookwood Castle.
Alrighty, so it looks like we have to stop Lodgok's forces and Rookwood's as well. And so we got to go to Rookwood Castle next and figure out the next challenge that these guardians have for us. So we'll head there right now and we'll see you there. Alright. So now that we have a plethora of flu networks unlocked, I think we will use it as we have one right next to Rookwood Castle. I was able to unlock some of these flu powder networks off camera, and I would say if you can, try unlock those as quickly as possible because those will come in quite handy. So let's move down south, and this map is pretty big, really big. And so now we'll go to Rookwood Castle and figure out what the next challenge for us will be. Should be exciting and fun. Alright, let's go meet Professor Fig there.
Oh, try not to make this too easy for... Potato! You can't hold out! You won't knock this one loose, and I can't try if I want. Stupid one! You're that!
Arrest the momentum. Confringo.
Taken out last week! It didn't take long.
Accio. Confringo. Arrest the momentum.
seem normal, and I'm not meant to protect you. Stupid. You're going to it. I've seen you duel. Your strategies won't work on me. Defender.
Where you will fail.
Over here!
What's going on here?
Professor Rookwood was right. The place is crawling with Victor Rookwood's lot and Ranrock's loyalists. They're working together, all right, but it is not a friendly alliance. I'm sure you'll agree that we need to find a way in other than the front gate. Let's go.
I think my favorite missions so far in this game are the ones with Professor Fig trying to figure out the ancient magic things. And I think that stems from those being the most fruitful and most fun missions. And just the way that the game starts was insane. So I think granted having that really helps and is a cool aspect. So let's move on and let's go to Rookwood's Castle and move on to the next challenge.
You can't stop Ranrock's rebellion!
Alright, well looks like for Rookwood Castle, it looks like Ranrock's
That's our way in.
loyalists are defending the castle rather
You
than
are
Rookwood's
postponing the
dark wizards
inevitable.
so far. Let's go to the get through, and let's get to Charles Rookwood's painting, and let's eventually get through his trial. So let's keep moving forward. Let's enter into Rookwood Castle. So I think this one we gotta flip to its side. I always have difficulty flipping the box to its side. That can be frustrating sometimes, because sometimes it's not enough for the ledge, but looks like that one will be enough.
If I'd known your plan was to dig up half the
I
country...
wouldn't have to dig if you could simply manage to bring me the child.
We wouldn't need the child if you hadn't sent a dragon to retrieve the container I spent months and countless ministry favors tracking.
You let them board the carriage. My options were limited once I knew it would be inconveniently beyond my reach at that infernal school.
Have you not acquired enough power here? I allowed you to tunnel under my family home.
Allowed me? You are here only because you are descended from a keeper and may at some point inadvertently become valuable. We had an agreement. I will share with you the power that I discovered if you locate the stores of magic that are yet to be found. So, unless you want another demonstration of my power, a power that you one day hope to wield, bring me the child.
We already knew they were after you, but now we know they're digging for stores of magic.
And Ranrock knows about the Keepers.
Yes, I caught that too. Professor Rookwood said that you'd understand more once you complete the next trial.
Let's get into that castle.
Any special words you want me to pass on to your mum?
Alright, looks like we got a bunch of Ranrock and first it was the goblins defending the castle outside of it. Inside the castle grounds, it looks like it's a mix of a little bit challenging. As you can see, the levels are a bit but we dealt with it, because, you know, we are the infamous Axel Hammer, so that should be no problem for us to solve. So far, we're making quick work of them, as we should, because we want to solve the mystery of the magic. We want to pass all of these trials that the Guardians have set forth for us right here. So, let's keep on the grind. Let's keep defeating these hordes of Loyalist warriors and these dark wizards. Let's get it. And it's cool how we saw at the top right where it says defeat certain amount of goblins. There's all sorts of challenges throughout the field guide for these goblins. So it's interesting to kind of see all the different things that you can achieve throughout the game. And doing so here to customize your character's appearance and ability. There's some pretty cool gear that you can end up getting. So far, the mode in which I made settings for this game, the opponents aren't that difficult for us to beat, so that's a very good thing. But some of them do take a long time, and those are some of the guardians we find in the chambers that the guardians send us to. Those are the longest and toughest things. But it's interesting to see Professor Fig fight alongside us and to see the spells that he can cast, and it just goes to show how powerful professors are. And look at that, you see on the top right we have a challenge complete for defeating Dark Wizard. So later on in the field guide, I can unlock some of the cool cosmetic gear for our characters. And I saw that the highest level that we can get in this game is level 40, and we're level 23, so we're slowly making our progress forward. So that's what we like to see. So let's move on forward to the next part of the challenge, and let's go find Charles Rookwood's painting to help guide us to the next challenge that we have to face that the Guardians have set up for us. I'm kind of curious to see how and why Ranrock and the goblins are working with Charles Rookwood and the Dark Wizards, because usually in this world you hear that goblins and wizards don't get along well. And there we go, I think we found one of the ancient magic doors, and I believe that to unlock it we will probably have to find runes to light up, because that basic cast against the door did nothing. And there we go, I see one over there and another one to the right, so let's hit it with the basic cast. There we go, we see one part of the door kind of unlock, you know, visually, but not in reality. So let's unlock this room, and let's go unlock the one that we saw on the very right. And in doing so, we should be able to get through that door, no problem. And to the right, we see it right there. Let's hit it with the basic cast real quick, and voila, there it is. The door is unlocked, and it looks like we will enter the Rookwood Cellar. So that's what we like to see. That's the progress we like.
Goblin tracks. They're a step ahead of us. Let's see where they lead.
Revelio.
I've seen so many memes of
This must be
Hogwarts
the
Legacy
store
players
of magic and the source of
casting Revelio.
It looks empty.
And it's kind of interesting
they've
to
taken all
see
of it,
how
why
much
are they
I
still
have
here?
to use it as well.
Ranrock said there's
but
more to be found.
it's a very
and if he's right about
useful
that,
tool,
it may or may not be
because
located
there's
here.
so many things throughout
Wherever
this
it is,
wizarding
we
world
need to find
that
it
we
before
would
they
like
do.
to find.
Where is that
You
portrait?
know, the best mechanical way throughout
I
this
heard
game
something.
is
I
to
was
cast
hoping that was you.
Revelio wherever we go. So there we go, there's Charles Rookwood.
Professor Rookwood,
portrait.
the goblins and dark wizards who've overrun your castle are digging for stores of magic. and have broken open some sort of container.
No. Things are more dire than I could have imagined. If, as you told Percival, a goblin in his vault was wielding a powerful magic, then they have somehow learned. It cannot be.
And sir, they know you were a keeper. Ranrock used the term.
This makes no sense. How did... We shall discuss this later. Right now, you must complete the next trial.
Just tell me where I need to go.
The power you stand to wield must first be fully understood. The trials will ensure that. Power without knowledge is dangerous indeed. In the wrong hands, we will simply have to outwit Ranrock and my unfortunate namesake.
Very well, Professor. Tell me where I need to go.
I shall reveal the path. Professor Fig must leave you now.
There we go. Talk to Charles
Revelio.
Wood's portrait. So now we gotta catch Revelio, of course, figure out what's going on. But we need to find any trace of ancient magic. That will lead us to Charles Rookwood's trial,
I
which
would
will
join
be
you if I
the
could.
second one that we
I shall
are
await your
to
arrival in the
complete.
map chamber.
So let's go get through here and let's move on with the second trial. I'm kind of curious to see how many trials there'll be throughout this game. But I do know that through the flashbacks, we saw 4 or 5 wizards, so I'm kind of thinking that we're halfway through the game, so we're either going to have 4 or 5 trials for us to complete and to unlock the knowledge of ancient magic. So let's go complete this trial as fast as we can. Looks like we have to find ancient traces of magic right here. And looks like our way forward is straight ahead, but there seems to be a puzzle that we have to solve, as usual with these trials, and it looks like it involves the portals, which change our perspective of the area around us. So let's move ahead to when I do solve the puzzle, and I'll see you in a minute. Alright, so here we go. We're just solving the puzzle. It actually took less than I thought it would. Only took about a minute and a half, but basically we had to go through the portal and move those 2 blocks, the tall one to the left and the square one to the right, and we had to make it so we could use it as a platform off of one another, so we could climb this ledge and move forward to the next part of the trial. So it was pretty easy, but took a minute and a half to figure out. So that's the only thing that was edited out of the video. So looks like we might have another perspective trial again to move forward. So let's interact with the ancient magic, and got a rune over here. So let's see what we got to do. And it looks like we just flipped the portal, and looks like we have another platform that we have to move. So I'll skip ahead to when I get it, and it looks like we just got it. We just had to accio through the portal to move the ledge that was blocking us, that was blocking our path. So there we go. We got a new room, which looks super cool. Looks like we got a guardian there though, so it's probably one of the bigger ones. So it looks like we have to go through them before we can progress any further in the trial. And it looks like he has buddies as well. Looks to be 4 or 5 of them. So let's go defeat these guys, and I'll move on ahead to when I'm almost done, and then we can progress forward with this second trial. So with our opponents, we worked our way up. We started with the smaller, weaker opponents. Now we are going up against the big pensive protector, who is under-leveled compared to us. As we saw, his level was green in 23, and it says he was a pensive protector. So at the end of this trial, I'm expecting to see pensive and the old memories of Charles Rookwood and the guardian professors, so that should be exciting to see. And I can't wait to figure out more about the story between
I
them
believe I
and
need to
Isabel.
proceed to the left here, but
So we
how?
are on the next part of the puzzle, so I will skip ahead to when I solve it, and we'll move on with the trial. We'll see you in a minute. So this puzzle took about a minute as well. It's just about hitting the different fans and rearranging the orientation so that it would reveal the path forward. And this seems to be it. And well, that's kind of trippy, the stairs over there. But here we are progressing on to the next part of the trial. And looks like we got more of the puzzles again. And we shall skip ahead and show you when we complete the puzzle.
There's a
See
pillar
you in a
here,
bit.
but no leg.
So this puzzle actually took me 10 minutes to complete, but it was pretty simple. Afterwards, it was just a matter of moving this platform up in a way that I can climb up the ledge and move forward. But that took a little bit of time. That took a quick minute, and so just have to hit that rune there to switch us through and help us move forward. You know, we gotta mind the gap a little bit. Nothing to the left, nothing to the right. Looks like our path is forward. There we go. I just love the animation and the trippy movement of the stairs in front of us throughout this particular trial. So that is cool to see that the developers did. And looks like we have some more pensive protectors, pensive sentries as they're called. And looks like these are leveled pretty well, matching up against them, as their level is green and 23, which I believe is the same level that we are at as well. So that's good to see. There we go. The opponent, you know, hurt his ally right there. And whenever you see an X on the end, it means that we use Crucio. So that spell has come in quite handy in combat situations with our opponents. So as much as Sebastian has delved into the dark arts in the context of trying to save his sister from the sickness that she had a year ago, I am glad that he was able to teach us, even though it is unforgivable, the cursed Crucio, as it has quite come in handy in our journey since we have learned it. And let's continue on, and I think we're getting really, really close to the pensive. So the reason I skipped that chest to the left is it's filled with gear, and all my gear slots are filled because I haven't really completed these Merlin trials, and it looks like we are up against two pensive protectors, but we can only see one because that portal in that middle only displays one at a time. So let's go through and let's see if we can see some of these pensive protectors. Looks like this one's trying to hide as much as possible. We see him to the left, visible. That's a really cool element that developers incorporated into this. Something that's new and unique to ancient magic in this world, I think. The combat is really fun. It's very Dark Souls and Jedi Fallen Order type of mechanics, so it's not something that's new to the gaming industry, but it's something that's been executed well throughout the industry for the past decade and a half. So it's very smooth and very fun to be able to play Hogwarts in this wizarding world through this type of gameplay. And I think that's why one of the several reasons very hyped from when it was first announced and to when it has since launched. Alright, well it looks like we still have a lot of combat to complete, so I will skip ahead till the next portion of this battle, and we'll see you again. Alright, so we just finished that set of opponents, and now we have the defensive guardian, similar to the one that we found in the other dungeon, as well as the one in Gringotts, and those bubbles are color orientated, so you have to cast the spell the bubble color to make the opponent as vulnerable as possible. So, looks like the skill sets of these guardians are the same as last time. So, we'll move ahead to see if there's any variation in the moveset for the opponent, and we'll progress on till we almost defeated the opponent. So, the battle that was cut out was about 7 minutes, but the skill set of the opponent's defensive guardian had not changed except for that mace attack that we just saw. So maybe that part of the game could be my only gripe, I guess, just the repetitiveness of the opponent's face throughout the world and dungeon. So here we are, almost defeating the defensive guardian. We use ancient magic to top it all off and to finish, and that should help us progress us to, there we go, the end of the trial, I believe, because at the yellow marker that we're going to, that is where I see a pensive similar to the one that we saw in the very first trial. So let's go check out this chest first, and then let's now check out the pensive and the story that we are trying to solve.
I must say I'm curious to hear of Isidore's travels.
Do come in. Please, have a seat.
Isadora, we are all most intrigued to hear.
We're ready. I've something to show you. Father, these are my colleagues from Hogwarts. Father hasn't spoken since my brother died. On my travels, I confirmed that which I've always believed. That we have the power to take away pain.
Isadora. What have you done?
I took his pain.
This is uncharted magic, Isadora. You can only see what has been sealed in the jar, and we do not know what power that may hold. But the traces of that magic are different from what I've seen before.
Thank you.
Well, that was very interesting to see, and we can see that the magic takes out the unhappiness of a person, and that seems like dark magic to be delving into. So it'll be interesting to see how the story unfolds, and I can kind of see the parallels with Sebastian in the
You're
sense
back.
of him delving
And
into
in one
dark
piece, no
magic.
less.
So it's gonna be tough to see, but let's talk
It
to the
is
professors
good
and
to
see what
see
they
you
have
again.
to say.
Professor Rookwood told me about what happened at Rookwood Castle.
In light of the dire circumstances in which we find ourselves, it is most fortunate that someone so competent is following this path.
Thank you, Professor. I shall keep the second artifact safe as you've advised.
Good. Are you ready to move on?
What was the glowing strand that Isadora pulled from her father's chest?
It was pain. You will understand more about her actions as you complete the trials.
I'm ready for whatever comes next.
In that case, introductions are in order.
Allow me to introduce former Hogwarts headmistress, Neve Fitzgerald.
How do you do? I must say that I was not entirely surprised to learn that a student had been completing the trials. I've always believed Hogwarts students capable of anything they set their minds to.
Thank you, Professor. It's a pleasure to meet you as well.
I am certain that you are more than capable of completing my trial. However, I must first, how shall I say, prepare the location of your next trial.
We trust your judgment, Professor Fitzgerald. You should know better than anyone how to manage the inconvenience of, well...
A vainglorious and exasperating headmaster? Indeed I should. I shall confirm that everything is in order immediately.
Of course. Professor Fitzgerald needs some time to clear the way forward. Until then, you should continue to hone your magic. If you learn more about Ranrock and Victor Rookwood's activities in the meantime, please let us know.
Very well, Professor. I know. Continue to hone my magic.
You do learn quickly. Hopefully you will soon hear from Lodgok as well, and we shall learn how he fared with the helmet you retrieved. Well done today, as always. We shall speak again soon.
Alright, well, looks like we have unlocked the next part of the game, and it looks like Hogwarts is changing seasons, and we are now introduced to the new Guardian of the Ancient Magic. And as I said before, I can see the parallels between Sebastian and the girl through the flashbacks, and see that they're trying to help out the negativity, but dwelling with dark magic can be tough, and it can result in things that you do not expect. So that was a really fun mission, and we continued on with our main storyline quest with Professor Fig to unlock the ancient magic theories. So we'll catch you in the next one. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Natty told me
Take care.
about your run-in with the poacher.